Okay, I've been very transparent. I have to remember to go renew my visa like if it don't show up in my Gmail, it's not like I've been active on Upland. I don't even really know Upland, but I know some people would told me about, hey, um, go on and claim your free Upland land. Okay, so I keep going on there every week to remember to renew my visa on Upland. I'm being very transparent.
7 months strong.
7 months.
7 months strong. Got to
But you
count.
know what? The only reason why I keep thinking about it, like, okay, do I really want to let the visa? I was like, I've been doing it for what, 7 months now, and they're continuing to get money. Could it's taking some time for this particular project, but there is potential still in the project. I don't know how much potential, but at the same time, for me, I'm looking at, okay, I got a free land. I don't want to be that person that be like, I had like the crypto punks when you could mint the stuff.
See that part.
I'm like,
I tried it. I just didn't have interest in it. And a lot of people are going to have interest in games that you don't have. But if I don't have interest in it, I don't invest in it. But if it makes money, it's going to make money. So for her, like she said, it takes nothing to just come over here and renew your visa. I used to renew it, but that thing gone.
But they got but look, they got $18 million.
They did.
So I mean, so again, they are doing some things. And again, like Jessica said, just because she don't like it, or it doesn't mean that other people that other people don't like it. Because there are definitely people who are on here making money from when they either got some of their free land and they've gone and even sold some of their land back. So, again, don't be like, well, because we don't like it or we don't care about it. It could be like a great game for you and a great investment. We're talking about today a lot about the metaverse and these land projects. This could be another one of those projects, as far as that it could end up, if they get the right backing and make the right connections. Yes, it could take off.
It should.
It should. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So again, they do have a good following, but again, Upland, are raising, getting another $18 million. It says a lot. It says a lot. So again, do some research on Upland if you're not invested in that particular project. It is definitely another one. I know quite a few of you guys might be in that. What's the link for the State Farm? Okay, let me grab that. Okay. All right, and my people over here.
Yeah, the SANDBOX raising more money, especially with Facebook's announcements. The SANDBOX already has been in the game with decentralized metaverse, and so they have so much money that's going to get poured into them. How many companies they have backing them? They have so many companies that are already building into the space, that have built out on it and looking to still come into the space. So they just got another 93 million to expand their universe. They want to go into fashion and all types of other industries as well. So it's not ending just with game and land and renting your land. It's going to be going into a lot of different avenues for them. And, Snoop Dogg and other people have come over. You see Snoop Dogg, they have the Walking Dead Smurfs. It goes on and on because you see partnerships over 165 brands there. And so they've kind of already made their mark. We know that Facebook is trying to come into it and do their own thing, but for the gaming side and the decentralized side, we do know that the SANDBOX is making some real major moves. And so some of us own land in the SANDBOX, and the price of it is really good, going up even recently, but it's still going to go because we're so early.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see 93 million, and that's awesome. So just knowing what they're doing and what they're trying to do, be in this space. Don't just think of it only as games, only as advertising, only as rental properties. It's all of that plus some. So then you can do the side of it of also building in the game, as we know with the game maker. But another 93 million to come into that SANDBOX is amazing.
Yeah.
Let me also get that.
And I know I looked at the price of this of SANDBOX land. Okay, so literally it's at half a ETH now. Some of y'all bought like way cheaper than half a ETH. But the one thing that caught my eye on here, because I did look at some of the activity. I'm hoping I'm not going to mess this up. It's selling. 5 minutes ago. Oh, actually, that's one of the. I want to see some land. Oh, this must have been a recent drop or something, because those speedboats are like selling like right now.
Right now. So as we speak,
they're selling like right now. Somebody named Mike Fish is buying them all right now.
Got his name. Yeah. Tracks. That's how quick it goes.
I got to move it to the screen on the side real quick. Hold on. I don't know. Well, actually, let's just look at it real quick. Let's just look real quick. I'm sorry, we'll come back. We're really gonna have class, but let's just see something real quick. If their marketplace just recently dropped this particular item on sale.
They did have some Halloween specials and stuff coming up. And that's what I tell a lot of people, you can go on there and be already in their marketplace and buying the avatars from the people that are creating them, because they still only have a certain quantity in each item over there. So every drop they have, if you're not following them in their Telegram or on their Discord, they still dropping specials with Halloween events or just different creator events. So you can still pick up some items over there.
All right. Okay, I'm not gonna go on the rapid trace. I'm gonna wait to see 1 second here. All right, but I don't know what this one is, a speedboat, but somebody's buying them all. So if you guys might want to find out what this is, I don't even know what this one is or what this is connected to, but somebody's buying these somewhere, like right now. Nancy, look on their website and see what they're buying. I can't like stop class. Be like, hold on, everybody, let me go buy this item real quick. But that's interesting. I don't know what that item is, but it's selling. All right. So again, the land, which is what we're supposed to be talking about, but I got totally distracted.
I was over here looking at stuff.
Yeah, you look at somebody look and see.
Like,
all right. So right here, you'll see that the land, again on SANDBOX has definitely picked up. Again, buying these for some of you guys, $300. I mean, when we first started, they were like $100 some, but now today they're half an ETH, which is $2,300. This is for one of the single pieces of land on SANDBOX. So the value of those are still continuing to go up if you own those particular pieces of property. The one thing I did like on here when I was looking at this, I was like, okay, that one's half an ETH if someone's taking ETH, but check out how sand is doing. If someone's taking sand. They're asking for $6,000. So you know what my brain said. Well, if I'm gonna sell a piece of one of the zillion pieces of land I have, I think I want to take sand, because sand has been like moving up like stupid crazy lately. So again, try to look at those different things, because when I looked at it, I was like, okay, well, I know how to convert my sand back into ETH. But hypothetically, this is what people have to understand. When some people are looking at buying ETH, they're like, okay, I bought that in ETH. It's like $2,300. But someone might have bought sand at pennies or 10 cents or 20 cents. So it's not like they're really paying $6,000. They are, but at the same time, I will take some sand token.
Yes,
this land today if I'm going to sell it. I promise you, I'm looking at this right now. Like, wow. Okay, so again, just kind of look at those different things when you're looking at if you're considering selling some of your land. But I did notice even earlier, some of the sand property has been selling for 1 ETH. So again, if you're looking to try to get some liquid or anything like that, this might be an opportunity. But I'm not going to tell anybody to sell land. I have enough of the land, so if I sold one, it won't hurt me. But at the same time, if it's something you're looking for long term, definitely take that into consideration as far as how the metaverse. And I think just you were talking about how Facebook and everybody's getting involved. These things are they're moving up. They're moving up in price.
That's right. Yes. Anything that's involved with metaverse, and especially with Facebook talking about coming into it as well, they'll do their side of things, but all the decentralized side will have theirs. But everything's taken off because a lot of people are seeing the use of it, the land, the gaming, just anything you can do to it, the art, building out in it, renting it. It's so many things that you can do with the virtual land space that people are finally now seeing the bigger picture of it as more companies get involved. So, yeah, if you can, even looking at like she's saying, we're looking at the land, but also the coin side of it, how much the value has gone up with it just because it is a metaverse project. So, yeah.
Right here, SANDBOX. I don't know let's see if it's readjusted. So this is a token. So 277, it's up 32%. So, when you start looking again at how these coins are, let's just look at the yearly. Do you think there might have been some news that came out on the metaverse? That went from 76 cents or 79 cents up to $3. I think the high I saw was $3.33. 17 hours ago, $3.33. So I think people, when you start looking at it, not only, I think it's important, when you're looking at investing in, even in the lands of some of these games, also if they have they have coins and stuff. You want to also invest in that too. Trust me, I learned that on AXIE. Bought the land, didn't buy the doggone coin, and I was like, "Dog, kick yourself again." But oh well, you missed some.
Yeah, airdrop. It made up for it with the airdrop.
The airdrop did definitely help.
Yeah.
But,
even the SLP coin was moving. Even the in-game SLP, not just the Axis coin, just going.
And it's not like people wouldn't even. It was not like people weren't even talking about like, "Hey, you might want to buy some of this coin." You might. I was like, "Well, yeah, I'll get back to it when I get back to it." And we're at $100 and something later. Yeah. Never quite got back to it.
Just about most every gaming asset, if we've the land that we've invested in has doubled or tripled already, even over the last year.
Mm-hmm.
Decentraland, all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So in a year's time, it's up 7,000%. 7,000%. That's crazy. Yeah. All right. So just wanted to show you that, as far as, even with SANDBOX, they are definitely making some big moves because of what's going on, the news that's been out lately. One, just reiterate again, even as far as SANDBOX, remember those of you who are creative and you have talents as far as developing stuff. SANDBOX is one of the easiest ones as far as going on. You don't even need to code. There's no coding required. They're giving you a lot of the information on how to create some of the games within the metaverse for SANDBOX. There's a lot of money and a lot of opportunity that can be made by learning this particular thing. So if you have kids or something that are looking to do something, start having them be creative. They get to play the game. They get to create their own game. That's how you get, and then they can end up selling the game to somebody like me, who have land and need someone to develop their game. There's a lot of opportunity when you start looking at SANDBOX just in itself. This is money. Like I said, it doesn't take you any money to have to come in here and learn this particular thing. It's like, okay, it's going to take you some time. But again, Jessica, how much time do we spend on NFTs? Like when you really think about it.
Yeah, the hours and hours daily, countless hours. About 12, 14, 16 hours just a day of investing or looking into projects, trying to understand how they move and how to create them. And like she's saying, this one, they're just giving it to you, no coding involved. You do have to, you can go learn how to do this. Your kids at least can go learn how to do this, even just by watching YouTube. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of ways they can do stuff with selling. One item they could create and sell 100 of that item. Same thing with Roblox. So it's a lot of different opportunity out there, especially for the youth to get involved and be making money. Some people, even with Roblox, making $1 million, a year just being a creator. So don't think of it as just one side of things. See all the ways you can actually make the money from these projects that are early.
Yep, and I think it's like as far as putting the having a time commitment. If you're going to do NFTs, it's like there's no sugarcoating it. It's going to take you some time. So some days, yeah, we can be in here. We'll be going back and forth like, hey, you look at this. Most of the time, we're like, we ain't gonna be like all day. Like we're just consistently. Trust me, I got a life, and I like to fish. So if it's fishing or NFT, I'm going fishing, unless it's artifact or something like that. But other than that, I'm going fishing.
She definitely speaking for herself.
I'm going fishing.
She's going fishing. She's off.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at it. If somebody here, let me send you some money. Try to give me one if you can. If you can't, I don't even care. I'm going fishing. But I think again, having a time commitment. Like I said, and don't create the NFTs into another job because again, most of you guys I say the same thing. If you're trying to get away from having a job, but NFTs is very good as far as if you're going to say, hey, you know what, maybe I'm going to commit to 20 hours a week or whatever that time frame is, or an hour a day or 2 hours a day. You may miss some things, but at least you're going to consistently start learning some of the terminology, learning some of the people. And then once you get a research list together, that's going to cut down some of your time because then you'll be looking for certain projects.
Yes. And please do not consider it a job. NFT, you won't even feel like it's a job. You're going to be sitting over there just reading information in any industry, health, education, everything. You're going to be blown away by some of the stuff that you actually do find. If you're really interested in looking at it, it's just going to be more knowledge that you just seem to want to know every day. So, you won't even look at it as a job.
You won't. That's honestly. That's very true. My husband be like, man, you really get to do what you enjoy. I'm like, baby, you don't even understand. I'll be getting ready to get on a call and I'll be like, when the music comes, I'll be like, oh, let's go. It's time to get started now. I don't know. I get excited, but I love it. I think we both can say we love it. So, all right, let's keep on moving. All right, but next one, talking about the metaverse again. Like I said a lot of stuff we're covering today is really dealing with the metaverse, and so AXIE, some of y'all, we have shown you guys AXIE for a long time. AXIE pricing has gotten like stupid. I couldn't even say it. Actually, did I even open up AXIE? Just you want to talk? I'll open up AXIE.
Oh yeah, If a lot of people, like you say, if you have invested in AXIE, the AXIEs themselves have been going up. The land has been going up. It's been coming down some, but to say it's been coming down when it's 20 ETH is a very funny statement. Like you can't even really say like it's coming down. You may have. So yeah, and as you can see, the Savannah is going to be one of the ones that's going to be on the outskirts. It's always going to go up to the Genesis, which is going to be the red zone, which is going to be just buku money. It's a red and black perimeter. But the Mystic, which we had land in, or have land in, this is going to be the one that you can see. The floor is still 19 ETH at $86,000. So you can say it's gone down to what the highest sales have been. But when you've paid for like, $1,400, $2,400, $3,000, $5,000 for these properties, you're still very good in profit. So, and a lot of people don't understand the virtual land. They don't understand just looking at the spots on this. But AXIE Infinity goes even to allowing developers that will be able to come over and create on your land. And the same thing, you can build shops on that land, which for people to shop there that's playing the game. So just like any type of land, purchasing land in these games, it's, location is very vital as well, or not vital, very important. And so actually see AXIE Infinity, Central Land, a lot of things that have anything that do with metaverse, virtual land has been really going up in high value. And AXIE Infinity, besides the Central Land, is one of the ones that does sell for the high or at the higher price points of selling.
I mean, when I looked at this, I was like 13%, $12.36 billion.
24 hours.
24 hours. And this was the 29th. So this could have, like, the number is probably blown past that. But you think people aren't trying to do the metaverse? It's like when you see the $1 billion word, that means there's a lot of people putting a lot of money into a lot of stuff.
Land is now probably still affordable for where it's going. So they have certain spots like in Savannah, and of course the map is still not all released. So there's going to be more land drops. No one knows when those land drops are going to be, but Savannah, like even last year, it was about $1,100. Even $500 you can find in the Savannah, and now it's going up to about 14,000. So the value is still there on these properties, but always you still do want to keep in mind that more land will be coming out. So if you're coming to come over here, I would definitely check back, making sure you're looking at the market, even for the last 3 months to 6 months sales, to knowing really where you should be coming in at for those properties. Because right now I think it's the lowest or lower than it's been in months, at least for the some of these land properties.
Yeah. So what you're saying is all of this stuff still has not opened up for sale yet. This is the only thing that's been up for sale right now. So this all still needs to be open for this particular game. So I think honestly, I think
yes.
Yeah, I think some of the people literally, I think, are either selling because they may know something that's coming up, as far as, them maybe opening more of their land. But again, it's like, how do you tell somebody that paid $2,000 not to take $80,000, and sometimes depending on what kind of property you have, or not to take $200,000 on a property that they paid $2,000 for?
And a lot of them paid less than that. The ones that got in earlier, we're talking about last year's price.
Yeah,
the people that got in before that, if they even took $10,000, they did some huge exits. So yeah, you have to look at it as it's profit no matter what. Saying it came down just because they were higher sales points doesn't mean that you're at a loss in any type of way.
And even the ones that got in early, the ridiculous airdrop that they got too was another, like, I guess I don't really need to stay in the game. Yeah. It's like, you just take my 50 million. Some of the people had like hundreds of land. I was like, they had 100 lands, and I started calculating for them. I was like, dog, it's mind blowing again for how these games are starting to develop. But again, it also, to me, when I see the high numbers, it also tells me something too, as far as there's something bigger that has to be coming, because there's no way that these numbers can be like this. There has to be a bigger equation in the mix.
Definitely.
So
Especially
again,
when it's so early, like they said, it's unreleased. Everything's still getting built out. So yeah.
yeah. So again, just here's another, like we're talking about the central end. Here you go. I don't know if it's at 304 anymore. Let's just refresh it real quick. So I'm sorry, it's 307. It's down a little bit. Let's just look at the last 90 days somewhat. So you see that again, the news came out. And again, this is not a thing. So it's 137. This was October the 29th. We're on the 3rd. Or it's on the 2nd. It's at like 309. But the high was $4. So it's not to say that this thing couldn't cool off and come back down. So we are not, your financial advisor would be like, hey, we told you to go buy this coin. I'm not telling you, do your own research. I'm buying coins, but I'm buying with my own money. So
yeah, part.
So, again, make sure, as far as when you want to get into some of these coins, because I know we have new people on the line, look at the coins too, because there's also, again, there's great opportunity to make some very, very, very good money within with the coins. Okay. So I wanted to share that.